Bobby? Water sucks. Gatorade is better.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? It is your Commish with another Gatorade Fantasy Football Podcast update. Are y'all ready? All right, let's go get it. What's going on, everybody? Week 3 is in the books, and I am almost tilting. It's 2 weeks in a row that I've lost. How you doing over there, TJ?
I am tilted.
Oh man, it's been a rough couple weeks for me. For some of you guys, it hasn't been so bad. Good for you. I hate you all. I went on like a little trading rampage where I tried to trade like Antonio Brown and other people on my team. I think I'm going to stand pat. I think I got it all out of my system. For this week, we're going to talk about injuries and injury news or news updates and everything. We're going to go through some game reviews, and we're actually going to skip the game previews for next week and go through our first set of power rankings. TJ and I are planning on doing the power rankings every 3 weeks, so excuse me. That way we get there's an actual chance for more movement and stuff like that. Yeah, let's move on to injuries and news. TJ?
Let's do it. All right, injuries. We have Jimmy Garoppolo. He is out for the season with an ACL tear.
Ugh.
He should have just run out of bounds, but
Yeah,
well,
it hurts. It hurts me more than it hurts him, I bet.
Rex Burkhead went to the IR with an apparent neck injury.
Sony Michel stock is going up because of that, I believe.
Yeah, so Michelle and James White.
James White too. Yeah.
They did sign Kenyon Barner, but probably more for special teams.
Yeah.
AJ Green had a hip/groin issue. They think he'll be okay for the week.
Yeah, they said he's more likely to play.
Yep.
What is surprising is that Doug Baldwin and Alshon Jeffrey, I was going to say Green, Alshon Jeffrey, both returned to practice. Both limited though, but that's a good sign for both of them. Mm-hmm. Maybe not playing this week, but at least next week, probably.
Yeah, I heard Alshon is more than likely not playing this week.
Yeah, but it's good that he's cleared for contact.
Evan Ingram is considered week to week with an MCL sprain.
I think that helps Sterling Shepard most.
Mm-hmm.
I
don't think the other tight end is going to get any play.
I think
he'll get play, but I don't think he'll get any target.
Yeah, he might not too bad, but OBJ was going to get his. You might have another dump off or two to Saquon, but I think Sterling Shepard really benefits from this.
Yeah,
it's good for him.
I think they're playing against the Saints this week, so that's
going to be nice.
A pretty nice game. For those, I hope. For others, more on the defensive side, Marcus Peters and Aqib Talib are out for the Rams. That kind of hurts their defense.
Yeah, Peters is out like day-to-day for a couple weeks. It's a strained calf. Aqib Talib was actually put on IR because he's having a surgery on what was supposedly a high ankle sprain. Not sure, but that really hurts that defense. Before it was like you could only rely on tight ends playing against them because defenses that are good against receiver, the tight ends usually feast, like the Ravens. But now with those guys down, you might not be so scared to start your wide receivers against them.
Yes. Yeah.
And also Chris Conti, he died on the field by Vance McDonald.
That was a crazy stiff arm. Holy shit.
He pretty much what Vance McDonald did to him is what fantasy football is doing to my life right now because of me, and I'm tilting, dude. I don't like losing, but it's okay. I deserve this from all the shit talking I was doing earlier in the season.
But yeah, he has a torn PCL.
Yeah, he apparently played on that. He's a horrible safety. I don't know why he's starting. I don't know. He might have jerked off Dirk Cutter or something real nice to keep that job.
Yeah, just wanted to mention his name because, goddamn.
If you haven't seen it yet, Google or YouTube Vance McDonald stiff arm, and you will be turned on immensely. But yeah.
Alright, on to game reviews.
Yes. First up, we have Vitamin D at Paper Footballs with a score of 83.64 to 89.6. This must have been a rough one for Mikhail. Like, injuries and underperformances marred a somewhat like good team effort. CMC went off yardage wise. He had almost like 200 total yards. It was really nice. It still has not scored his first touchdown of the year. Like, even like OBJ and Stafford dropped 15 and 17 apiece respectively. Unfortunately for him, like we talked about, Evan Ingram is out with an MCL sprain. Randall Cobb continued his career trajectory of pew. That's supposed to be him falling off a mountain. I can't talk. And Tyreek the Freak finally looked human, but I expect him to come back. He is way too good to stay down. And what made him probably lose this game was Dan Bailey. Like, guys, that's another reason we should just get rid of kickers. We'll get rid of kickers, and I'm telling you, our lives will be so much better. And for TJ, don't call it a comeback. Congrats on the first win, my man. Your team actually didn't do that well outside of Barkley, who dropped another 20 piece.
It was just a bad week between me.
Another 20-piece chicken nuggets with a little bit of barbecue sauce. Mason Crosby decided to show up, and that's why he beat Mikhail. TJ,
How many points did he score?
I'm not even sure. I just know that Mikhail's kicker did 0, and your kicker did not do 0.
I had 5.
Yeah.
So I still would have won without the kicker, but
Maybe.
it would have been a lot closer.
Maybe. Yeah. But TJ has a nice bunch of young receivers, highlighted by the smooth routes of Kenny G. He's looking to be a wide receiver 1 this year. Guys, if you like any receivers, come over to TJ's side. Get some of that lovin'.
I got some nice looking receivers, guys. All nice, young, and fresh meat.
What? All right, on to the next one, TJ.
Next one we have Slight Work Manny and Josh Hard Knocks. Hard Knocks takes the win, 137 to 119.
Yeah.
It was another tough loss for Manny and his not so super team. He had the 4th highest scoring week, but Josh had the 2nd highest scoring week, which is unfortunate. He would have beat the other 7 teams playing, but he just ran up against Josh. Fournette being out really hurts, even though he has some good depth at his running back spot. It's just Fournette really brings that team together.
Yeah, he's capable of taking anything. Just, you remember Adrian Peterson like 6 years ago when he would just look at a cornerback, then run at him and hurt him and run 60 yards down the field? That's what Fournette does, and he's not able to do that, and it hurts me.
Jimmy G was lost for the year, but I mean, QBs are streamable, and he does have Carson Wentz on the bench that just came back, so that is fortunate.
Yes.
David Johnson is... Fuck, what can I say about David Johnson? I love the man, but damn, he is stuck with the worst coaching staff in the damn league.
I don't know what they're doing. Mike McCoy needs to go.
He is absolute trash.
It's looking reminiscent of when Todd Gurley had his down year. Todd Gurley was still an RB2, even though he was drafted to be like a top 5 running back. He was an RB2 for the season. And it looks to be that David Johnson's down that same path. He was drafted in like the top 3 or 4, and now he's going to go just be an RB2. So he doesn't completely crap the team, but he kind of does just hurt me.
A lot.
Yes.
Alright, on to Josh's team. Adrian Peterson had a great game. It looked like old Peterson from past, but yeah. But we don't know how long that will last. He is a little up there in age. He has a lot of mileage on those legs. So he will be wildly inefficient this year. But he did have a good game this week, and that's all Josh cares about. Yeldon had a decent game with Fournette being out, which is unfortunate for Manny, because if Fournette was probably playing, Yeldon probably wouldn't have got those 12 points. Deshaun Watson had a good stat line, but his live game performance wasn't up to par. Like, he had 385 for 2, but that was mostly in junk time.
Yeah, that's what you like. Like that's
Yeah,
how Blake
so
Blake
that's-
Bortles has made a career of being a garbage man.
And that's all we care about in fantasy. All we care about is the points. It
Yep.
doesn't matter how we get them, as long as we get them. Josh's receivers are just really nice, especially with Fuller being back. Fuller is really nice with Deshaun Watson. When Watson went down, Fuller was absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
But with him there, it was an insane touchdown to catch rate. It was like 8 touchdowns to like 11 catches or something. It was pretty
Yeah.
insane last year.
Yeah, you were riding that wave last year
Yeah, I was, but then Deshaun Watson had to go shit the bed.
with an ACL. That's fucked up.
Not this point, but yeah. Yeah, he has some really nice receivers. Brandon Cooks is really coming into his own on the Rams, and that electrifying offense.
Yeah, they're doing very well. All right.
That's
Up
another
next, we have Love Gun at the League of Shadows with a score of 96 to 115. Oh no, PD, you almost had it. It was so close. And unfortunately, you had a big lead because of the Chargers defense, and they are no bueno without Joey Bosa, who's supposed to be out till like November. Do elite pass rushers really make that much of a difference? I don't know. Ask John Gruden. Fucking moron. So I heard a stat that the Raiders have 3 sacks and 2 forced fumbles in the 3 games that they have, while Khalil Mack by himself has 3 and 3. So it's like, I don't know, man. John Gruden was an idiot. You pay the man his money, but
You give that man whatever he wants, dude.
yeah. In this game, right before this game, Petey made some free agent moves, picking up Latavius and some lineup changes that really helped his squad score the most it has all season. And if you look, his trajectory has gone up. He scored like 70-something week 1, then 80-something week 2, then 96 this week. So his team is getting like better as he starts to know who to start and what looks better and stuff like that. Cam Newton had a big game despite the low yardage, and he's scoring all the rushing touchdowns that you would want Christian McCaffrey, to get. So that sucks for Mikhail. Good for Peter,
Yeah.
because he has like 4 of them on the season already.
He had 2 last game. So.
Yeah. Oh, he has 3 on the season. It's 3 more than CMC. He also had nice games from Buck Allen, Emmanuel Sanders, and Sammy Watkins, who all dropped an average of 16 points. That's actually really good for them. Fortunately for Reggie, he was feeling this one. He knows he got a little lucky that the Chargers defense decided to drink some magnesium nitrate before the game. If you don't know what magnesium nitrate is, if you drink it within 30 minutes, you will shut your brains out for about 2 days. So that's what that defense did.
Damn, they lost 14. Holy shit.
Yeah. This is the game that we can say, I guess Mahomes came down to earth. It's his slowest input or output
3
of the
touchdowns.
week. Yeah, he has 13 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. And I actually heard he has a photographic memory. So right before the snap, he sees where the defense goes and he recognizes and remembers what play it was that they're running, what scheme or zone that they're running, so he knows which way a linebacker is going to drift and which way a safety is going to cover. So it allows him to just sling that rock.
Yeah,
Good
he
for
has
him.
a cannon for arm, man. He made
Yeah.
this one play. I think it was. I don't know who he threw it to, but damn, he was throwing on the run, and it was a dart. That was like a perfect throw.
It was nice. And lucky for Reggie, he had big games from Kamara and Hunt, and which negated the poop that his pass catchers laid all over the front lawn. Also, Philip Lindsay, what the fuck are you doing, man? You jump into a pile and you start throwing punches. That's not a good look, man. You're lucky that he got kicked out of the game, and then since he got kicked out of the game, they usually
He's
don't
not gonna
suspend
get
him,
suspended.
which is what happened. So you're lucky you got kicked out. You guys, man, that was dumb. You're probably the reason why you lost that game. On to the
Hunt
next
saved
one.
his day, but with
Yeah.
2 touchdowns. But Pat Mahomes doesn't check down the ball, which was a really big thing for Kareem Hunt last year.
Yeah,
Like Mahomes looked at him a couple times, like, "Nah, I'm good. I'm just gonna throw deep." It's
Yeah.
pretty nuts what he does.
it's like, okay, I'll let Tyreek get open.
Right. All right. On to the next one. Next one we have Pocket Dogs Jordan and Fred. Jordan picks up a blowout win, going for 120 points and 71. Jordan stays undefeated, but he gets most of his points from his top 3 players. He gets more than 50% of his points from his top 3 players, which is crazy. Where am I? Yeah, he got oh my bad. He got 22 from Hyde, 22 from Gurley, and 22 from Mike Evans. His receivers, other than Evans, Diggs had 3 points. Crabtree had 10.
Yeah,
Graham had 7. Yeah, it was a top-heavy attack from Jordan.
yeah.
It was pretty nuts.
But that's I guess the good thing about having good players is that they'll score regardless.
Yeah. Andrew Luck had a disappointing game, but he was playing a pretty good Philly defense, and I think he's still working into the offense. He's still getting used to it. He was out all year, so I think better days are ahead for Andrew Luck and his pass catchers.
Yeah, just shaking off that rust.
Yeah. Stephon Diggs had a bad game. I mean, the whole team
That
had
whole
a
team
bad
did.
game.
They pooped
How
all
you-
over themselves. That was
How you
disgusting.
lose 6-27 to the Buffalo Bills, who were blown out both weeks before,
Yeah,
is a little beyond me. When you're supposed to be Super Bowl contenders,
yeah.
4 receptions for 17 yards. That is disappointing, but better days ahead for Stephon Diggs.
I believe so.
Carlos Hyde is going to be a great beneficiary with Baker Mayfield as quarterback. He's going to open up the passing game more, and Hyde won't be looking at stacked boxes. So that's good for Hyde. On to Fred. Fred had disappointing games from all his players. Only one player had more than 15 points, and that was Jordan Howard, and he was only 1/10 of a point over 15 points. Henry, his other running back, is just looking worse and worse with every week. I think Henry's good, but that offense just doesn't help.
Yeah,
Mariota, he had like Gabbert for I think half, and then he went out with a concussion.
Mariota
And-
can barely grip the ball.
Yeah, it's just rough all around for Tennessee Titans this year. Mariota isn't a good quarterback.
That hurts.
Let me see. Well, the one bright spot Jordan Howard is he will get his touches because Mr. Trubisky isn't that good either. So
Yeah, that's
and he's starting
disappointing.
to catch the ball more. He's getting as much as we talk shit about how Jordan Howard can't catch the ball. He's getting his receptions. I mean, he only had 2 this game, but
Yeah, he has
he-
10 on the year.
yeah, so he's doing pretty well.
I think he had 10 last year total. I don't know.
Yeah.
He tries really
AJ
hard at catching the ball.
AJ Green went out pretty early this game, so that kind of hurt his
Overall points.
his
Yeah.
overall score. But I don't think it would have mattered anyways.
It was just a bad game for Fred. It was just bad
Yeah,
luck. Kirk Cousins sucked it up. Derrick Henry sucks. AJ Green got hurt. DeAndre Hopkins, he did all right. I mean,
Yeah.
11.6 points, but
Aguilar, only 4 points. Tyler Eifert was a one bright spot. I mean, he's healthy and he's good, so as long as Eifert stays healthy, he'll be fine.
he's not that good.
One other thing for Fred is that Le'Veon Bell was put on the trading block, so I think the
Yeah.
faster they trade out Le'Veon Bell and get him on the team, I think.
Yeah, I was talking to Kyle about this, and he has to sign his franchise tender to do that. So there's no reason for him to sign because like the Jets is one of the teams that wants to trade for him. Why would he want to go to the Jets? He
I
can he can sign after the trade deadline and before week 10, and then like James Harrison was saying, like he should just fake an injury so he's active on the team, but then they sit him. He'll get his free agency and he'll leave, and then the Steelers will get a third round pick, a comp pick for him. So he doesn't need to do the Steelers any favors.
Yeah, that's true. And it doesn't look like his team wants him there anyways, so
Yeah, I mean,
there's no reason for him to play this
no,
year.
there is because they haven't won a single game yet.
Wait, they won last game.
Oh, did they win? Actually,
Yeah,
oh,
they won.
would.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
won.
Oh, good for them. Finally.
Yeah, they won last game. Mark Ingram is coming off suspension, so that'll help too.
Oh
We'll see.
yeah.
He can play
He'll
2 weeks. Week 5 he's
week
coming back?
week 4 he's out. Week 5 he's back. Week 6 they have a bye. So
Okay.
this is a really trying time for Fred.
Yeah, he just needs to keep up with the patch. I mean, with the pack. I mean, he is 2-1, so
He's bought himself some
doing-
leeway.
Yeah, he's doing pretty good for himself.
And on to the next game, second to last one. We have fried spam and eggs at Evil Doc. And for Angel's easiest win, he won 112.46 to 52.42. And Frank played like everybody. Angel gets a nice win, all around in this, like I said, easy win. Nice games is what he got. He has Drew, aka Alvin Kamara Breeze, who scored 5 touchdowns, including 2 rushing touchdowns. And my goodness, man, that spin move, he's faking pass, spin, and like just dives into the end zone. Like,
That's some vintage Drew Brees running right there.
yeah, someone was saying that they're like these defenders. They're so scared to like hit a quarterback nowadays. Like there was that one guy on the Dolphins who tore his ACL because he tried to stop himself from landing on Derek Carr, and Derek Carr even said afterwards, like, "I wish he just would have landed on me, homo," because he nobody wants to see a torn ACL. That sucks.
Yeah,
So
there are a lot of stupid calls, man. I think Clay Matthews had a really bad call. I mean,
Jason
I don't know,
Pierre
these rules are stupid.
Jason Pierre-Paul had a bad call where he was reaching over the lineman, tapped Ben Roethlisberger's head. Roethlisberger pulls just, oh my God, it hurts, and fell down on the ground, acting like a football, soccer player, and he gets called for roughing the passer. The competition committee has voiced that they're not happy with what's going on with the calls, so we'll see if that changes because it's stupid.
It's pretty bad.
Yeah. He also had decent games from Matt Breida and 3J. I am calling him 3J from now on. Julio, Juju, and Jarvis. Gronk has disappointed so far, but I think since there's nobody else on the Patriots that even matter other than Gronk, it's just easy to hold him back and just
It
double
just
and
doesn't
triple
help
team him.
that he doesn't have any help.
Yeah. Let's see if this is actually the end of the Pats dynasty. They're notorious for always having slow starts because Bill Belichick always uses September as his chance to, try out new things. That's his preseason, so we'll see.
Yeah. And Josh Gordon will most likely be playing this week, and they're getting Julian Edelman back soon, so that'll open up the offense a lot more.
Yeah, maybe Sony Michel, maybe just running with one running back or 2 running backs, and just maybe that'll help. But I don't know how fully healthy Michel really is. Yeah. But anyways, on to Frank, his team. Frank got outscored by every single team in the league, including his own bench.
Oh, ouch.
Yeah, he scored 56 points on the bench or something. I mean, but then again, who wouldn't play Tom Brady versus a Detroit team led by Tom Brady's old defensive coordinator? It's you would know how to beat that defense. I would have played Tom Brady, and who would have thought freaking Sterling Shepard versus Houston would outscore Allen Robinson, Amari Cooper, and Larry Fitzgerald combined. Like that's just bad luck. I mean,
Yeah.
then again, with Cooper involved, I would have. That dude is garbage.
I might have put Shepard in other than Cooper. Cooper is just hard to like play
Yeah.
at all.
There was a play where some guy like posted it on Twitter where he outran two safeties and a cornerback, and then he stopped running. Like as soon as he got behind them, he stopped running and turned around. And as he stops running, Derek Carr throws the ball, and then it got intercepted because Amari Cooper stopped running. Like if he continued running, he could have caught the ball, but then instead he stops. The safety just turns around, catches it, and then he has two people to block for him, and Amari Cooper doesn't even bother to try to tackle the guy. He's a loser through and through to his core. I don't know why I'm mad. I don't even own him anywhere. I just you hate seeing that. Like I don't know. It's disappointing to see someone has that kind of skill just suck donkey dick.
Fitzgerald, I don't think it's Fitzgerald's fault. Fitzgerald is just in prison with that offense.
Yeah, hopefully Josh Rosen helps out.
I don't even think Josh will help. I think it is just Mike McCoy. I think he needs to be fired.
Yeah. I don't know.
Like immediately.
Hopefully Josh Rosen can just give them life the way Baker Mayfield has given the Browns life. I can't believe I just said the Browns were in a good position. Oh, that's disappointing. But anyways, yeah. Come on, Frank, man. You're better than I can't even get mad at you. You started Amari Cooper. All right. On to the next one. TJ, who we got?
Our last game of the week is Family Josh 3-0 at Corey, who 2-1. Josh had the most points this week. He had himself a week.
Yes, he did.
140 points. He had great games for pretty much his whole squad. The only player on his team that didn't score double digits was the Ravens defense, and they had 9. So he had really nice scores up and down. He had almost 30 points from Jared Goff. All right, Collins has a nice bounce back game for him. I mean, 74 yards and a touchdown, 15 points.
Yeah, after I trade him, of course.
But he's still stuck in a 50-50 back split with Buck Allen, unfortunately. So there will be up and down weeks because I think Buck Allen had like 2 or 3 touchdowns this game, one through the air and one through the ground. And I think Alex Collins he's not getting the red zone touches, which is unfortunate because I think it's mostly because of his fumbling problems.
Yeah, unfortunately. And like Buck Allen has been with the team for like 4 years, so he's someone that they really trust. Mm-hmm. He's like 6 foot 220, so you think he's a good battering ram, but he runs like he's 5'9", 190, soft bitch.
Adam Thielen saved his day when he had 14 catches for 105 yards, which is pretty good. He's steady for the Minnesota Vikings. And Jared Goff is having a great year with Sean McVay as his coach. Like last year, he had 350 yards and 3 touchdowns. I think he's a steady number 1 quarterback for the rest of the year. Yeah. And on to he had Robert Woods on the bench with 28 points and Tyler Lockett on the bench with 20 points. His week could have been a lot bigger, but I don't know, man. You don't start anybody over Marvin Jones and Adam Thielen, I guess. Yeah, I wouldn't start Robert Woods over Marvin Jones and Adam Thielen.
I would think about not Adam Thielen. Adam Thielen's a wide receiver 1. Marvin Jones, I would think about it.
Yeah, at this point, especially with Kenny Golladay.
Yeah.
Being so present in the Detroit offense, I would have started them maybe over Giovanni Bernard in the flex position. But other than that, it didn't really matter. he still blew him out.
Yeah, he still won by like 60 points.
Corey's team, he just had a bad week from all skill positions. Holy shit, did all his running backs and receivers shit the damn bed. Chris Thompson and Kenyon Drake combined for a whopping score of 4.2 combined.
That's nice. That's a lot of points.
4.2. Chris Thompson was slated to have a really good game against that Green Bay defense, but, well, damn, I don't know what you can say.
Yeah.
Kenyon,
What they were saying, like, since they were up most of the game, all they had to do was just pound the ball, which is Adrian Peterson's job. And for Kenyon Drake, they only had the ball for 28 minutes, I think.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, and like Ryan Tannehill's like stats are skewed because like since one of the plays like he kind of pitched
Those
it.
dump off passes.
He pitched it's like a pitch forward, so it's like a tap pass, but it counts as a pass instead of a run. And they were so efficient with like big plays that they they like it was just they didn't need to like run the ball with Kenyon Drake. I think he'll still be good rest of the season, but I don't know. I'm like almost glad I didn't trade for him, but
Me
I
too.
don't know.
Thank you for declining my trade.
No. I still believe in Drake. I think he could be.
Yeah,
he could play
he'll be
well.
fine the rest of the season.
I mean, Ryan Tannehill's a winner. He's a 10-1 in his last 11 games. So
A lot of people didn't believe Ryan Tannehill, but I think he's a really good quarterback. Not like a
Whoa,
tier
relax.
one,
Relax. He's okay.
but he's like, yeah, he's up there.
But he's only
Like
been a
tier.
quarterback for what? 8 years?
Not too long.
Because he was a wide receiver in college.
Yeah, it wasn't too long. He's been a
Yeah,
quarterback.
but not too bad.
Rodgers still played really well, even though he's still on a bum knee. And Devontae Adams is the beneficiary for that because he got 7 receptions, 0 yards, and a touchdown.
He has that stack, which is nice.
Yeah. And he had Matt Ryan on the bench, but I mean, you don't really. Actually, I might have started Matt Ryan over Aaron Rodgers this game
Yeah,
because he was playing with New Orleans. But damn, Matt Ryan had himself a day with 43 points.
that's why like I don't have 2 good quarterbacks like that. 'Cause,
Yeah.
I don't know. You just waste points. Could have drafted
And
better
bench
running.
spots.
Could have drafted better running backs.
Yeah.
But yet,
Oh wait, no, he picked off Matt Ryan off the waivers.
Oh, that's
You know,
true.
I dropped him the first week.
Oh, so
Fucking Matt Ryan.
you're the idiot. Okay.
I am the idiot. Fuck.
All right.
Well, that is the end of our game reviews.
Yeah. Up next, like we said earlier, we are gonna do power rankings. TJ and I went through everyone's record and points. So it's a mixture of both records, your points scored, and a little bit of like what your roster currently looks like sprinkled in. So in first place we have Pocket Dogs Jordan at 3-0. He has scored the most points. He's undefeated, and because of his roster construction, he has the best chance of staying undefeated. So it was a easy decision to make.
Yeah, Jordan's team is really nice. I mean, it's really balanced. He is lacking some depth, so he'll have some issues. Well, they wouldn't even be big issues because his whole roster will just make up for whatever point differential
Yeah,
his bench players will. So
I think he'll be fine. Second place we have Josh Fail Mary. He is also undefeated, and he has the 3rd most points scored behind Reggie, but he has the tiebreaker against Reggie, which is why we put him ahead. He has decent depth, except the fact that he still has Dak Prescott and Des Bryant, and you don't need that. You don't need those players on your team.
Des Bryant's probably not going to play this year. Honestly, nobody wants him.
Yeah, I don't know. Like he should have like been on a team already.
Yeah, Dak Prescott is just doo doo.
He's like a Tyrod Taylor, but without. I don't know. Tyrod Taylor Tyrod Taylor's a good quarterback. I liked him.
Yeah, I like Tired. I
But
like Tired more than Dak, to be honest.
I am biased because I am a Ravens fan.
I hate the Cowboys, so
That's true. Up next, we have the League of Shadows, Reggie, who's 2-1. He has the second most points, but he lost to Josh, so he stays behind him in the power rankings. I believe it's only fair. He's a strong roster, and he's always highly active, which always makes him dangerous to make moves and everything, whether it's off the free agent, the waiver wire, or just trades. Always making moves, always making moves. There's not much to say.
Use them fab, man.
Yeah, he does.
Use them
Except
fab.
he got. Who did he get for free the other day? Was it Antonio
Yeah, there
Geronimo?
was somebody he got for free. I was like, oh, I should have fucking.
Geronimo Allison. He got Geronimo
Yeah.
Allison for free or some stupid shit. That I hate him. Up next in the fourth place we have Tasha Rain, Corey, former champ, or current champ actually, two-time champ. He's 2-1 with a total score of 329 points. He has the sixth highest score, but he is 2-1, and the two people below him, Hard Knocks Josh and Slight Work me, were in his actual division, and we're both behind him in the division, despite us scoring like more points than him. So he deserves to be higher than us in the power rankings. We just finished talking about his roster, so we won't get into that too much. Up next, we have Hard Knocks. Josh, you've 1 and 2, but he does have the fourth highest score in the league. It's just bad luck. It's just, I mean, I have the fifth highest score. I'm next, just a little peek skis. I'm next at sixth place.
Yeah, the next two teams are like pretty much riddled with injuries, which kind of makes it hard.
Yeah, we both have more points than Corey, but we just have a worse record, and so we're behind him in the division. For Josh, losing Mixon hurts, but he does have a decent squad. His biggest problem, I think, going forward is he has $0 for the rest of the season. That's gonna hurt his chances getting any help down the line if he suffers another injury.
Yeah, there's still like 10 weeks left, or 9 weeks left.
8 to 9 weeks. Yeah, where it's really gonna matter. And I don't think there's anybody's been dropped or been put in a situation where they're gonna be league winners. But it doesn't look like there's gonna be much of that this year.
Yeah.
Unless like a random running back like Ito Smith decides to go off for Atlanta.
I picked him up already, guys.
Oh, fuck you. Yeah. In sixth place we have Slight Work. He has the fifth highest score, but he is below 500. That is me. I have talent on my bench. It's not helping me win. And injuries, like TJ said, have always have also hurt him, which is me. Yeah. Like I said, I'm almost tilting. It sucks. A strong roster still, so it's hard to put. I believe it's hard to put myself that much lower.
Yeah.
And I've just scored more points than everybody below me, so you guys can suck it. Up next, we have Angel, 2-1 with total score of 306 points. He has the 8th highest score in the league, but he is 7th in the power rankings because he is the division leader. And that might make you think like, but he deserves to be higher because he's a division leader. But his division makes are still lower, so he's in a pretty easy division. I actually think Angel has a really good roster. I like to joke around, but
Angel has a pretty good roster.
He still doesn't have a real running back, but for some reason, like Matt Breida and Dion Lewis, they're just like two guys that are like 5'9", 190 that just know how to get it done. And Jay Ajayi is healthy. Yeah. Juju Smith-Schuster. Oh yeah, the 3J. Juju, Julio, and Jarvis. And Gronk comes back, and he has True Brees. Very strong.
He has a nice team.
He's one of my dark horse. Dark horse sleepers to go far in the playoffs. Up next, TJ.
All right, we have Fred at 2-1 with 300 points. He has the ninth highest scoring team, but is behind Jordan in the Captain Insano Coalition. Not having a real running back just really hurts his team. Losing Le'Veon for the foreseeable future, and having Derrick Henry is just very sad. But he does get Mark Ingram back soon, so that'll be good for him.
Yeah, I think Mark Ingram's going to really change things for that team. Hopefully he can survive, just lasting that long.
Yeah, I think Mark Ingram was really good. I mean, they did have Mark Ingram and Alvin Kamara had really good fantasy seasons together, but that might hurt Drew Brees a little. Oh, but he doesn't even have Drew Brees, so it doesn't really matter. Better for him.
Yeah, it hurts Angel, if anything, I guess.
Mm-hmm. On to the next team, our ninth power ranked person is Mikhail. He has the seventh highest score, but is below
Fred and Angel.
Yeah, who have better records and division standings. He's in my division with Angel, and I beat him, but it was barely by anything. Honestly, he probably should have beat me. It was just really bad weeks between both our squads. So, honestly, he has a really good team.
Don't say that, TJ. You deserve that win.
But yeah, it's just Devontae Freeman has been injured. He lost him, but he had Tevin Coleman. Having both of them in the lineup, would be okay. He has a good team heading forward, so they'll probably move up in the rankings soon. And the next is me.
Yeah, TJ finally got a win.
I got a win, guys.
Yeah.
And then I might pull off like 10. No, not 10. Maybe like 4 wins, and then I'll lose the rest of them.
Yes, this is his comeback. Do you guys remember last year when TJ went on that comeback streak? It was like it's like a 4 or 5 game win streak where he beat everybody.
Yeah, I think that's when I had Will Fuller and I had Carson Wentz too, and they both went down with injuries.
Yes.
Well, not injuries, but Carson Wentz went down with an injury, and then Fuller lost to Deshaun Watson, which pretty much injured him.
Yes.
But we'll see how I do this year. I mean, I do have a lot of young players that might blow up during the year, but we'll see. That's why I'm 10th in the power rankings.
Yep.
And now we have... I'm blaming Frank for these next 2 ranks.
Yeah.
Does not have one yet. He's 0-3 with 258.68 points. He's not last, which is good. But he did inherit this team, so it wasn't ideal for him.
He didn't get to choose his he didn't get to make any moves last year to position himself to have like good keepers, so it is not his fault. Trey didn't make any moves. Well, he quit, so like making the moves there wasn't any moves being made, so it might take a season for him to get back on track.
Yeah, making moves, especially with the draft picks that we can trade and stuff, that'll help a lot. It's just it's a rough place to be in when you're inheriting a team that you didn't choose.
Yeah. And, of course, the reason why even his draft wasn't the best is because of Frank. Evil Doc, 0-3 with 203 points. He broke 200, guys. He is defeated and has the lowest score, so that's why he's last. He forgot to start a couple players last game. Or not this past game, but the game before. And, yeah, come on, Francis. You gotta use that evil genius to defeat your foes. Which is us. But for some reason, I don't know, Frankie.
Yeah, man. Looks like you're getting the first pick in the draft. Actually, no, we're not.
Nope. It's a lottery. Yep. He should just start trading away his good players to get high draft picks so he can pull what I like to call a Manny. It is the process.
where Manny had like 10 picks within the first 4 rounds.
Yes, that's true.
That's what you need to do. Start thinking about it. I mean, it's still early in the season. Anything can happen, but
He's not
it's not
taking any of
looking
my.
good.
He's not taking any of my 5th-round picks. I'm letting you know that. I got 5 of them. I'm going for like 8. I want 8 5th-round picks. But yeah. All right, everybody. That is it. Yes. See, I'm trying to keep these around like 30 to 45 minutes long.
How long was this one?
44 minutes and 39,
Yeah.
40 seconds. So we're
This,
right
this
there.
is a good length. Good length.
Yeah. We're still learning. Hopefully the audio on this, the levels are better. I tweaked the attenuation on OBS Studio. So hopefully that helps out with Discord. We tested it out a little bit, but hopefully when it gets converted and all that stuff, it works out. But yeah, so that's it for us. TJ, any
Yep,
last words?
Good luck the rest of the season.
No, fuck you guys.
and
No
I
good
hope
luck.
You all get your injuries, get your players injured. You know what?
Oh, don't say
Fuck
that.
you guys.
I like it. All right, everybody. We'll see you next time.
All right,
Out.
have a good one, guys. Peace.